The moment alcoholic liquid touches your tongue and enters your oral cavity, highly volatile alcohol molecules immediately evaporate the moisture covering the oral mucosa. This rapid dehydration instantly leaves your mouth dry, tight, and parched. Shortly after, the liquor slides down the esophagus and flows straight into the stomach. If your stomach is empty with no food to serve as a buffer, the alcohol acts similarly to a potent corrosive acid. It directly irritates the delicate gastric lining, prompting the stomach to secrete excessive gastric acid. This sharp chemical reaction creates that intense burning sensation commonly known as having a fire in your stomach. Nevertheless, most alcohol does not linger in the stomach for long. It quickly passes through the gastric wall and enters the small intestine. The intestinal wall is covered with dense microscopic villi, which function like an extremely efficient sponge factory. These tiny structures rapidly absorb alcohol into the bloodstream. The higher the alcohol concentration, the faster the absorption rate. In merely 30 minutes, alcohol spreads through your entire circulatory system and reaches every corner of your body. As blood circulation speeds up, blood vessels abnormally dilate under the stimulation of ethanol. This explains why you suddenly feel flushed and warmly heated after drinking. When alcohol travels through the bloodstream to the liver begins to secrete various metabolic enzymes. These enzymes gradually break down ethanol into carbon dioxide and water, which are eventually eliminated from the body through urination. However, once your drinking speed exceeds the liver's metabolic capacity, alcohol-saturated blood begins to flood the brain. It obstructs electrical signal transmission between nerve cells. Gradually, you become slow in reaction, mentally sluggish, and your speech becomes incoherent, just like an aging computer struggling to run under heavy load. At the same time, alcohol chemically triggers the brain to release massive amounts of dopamine. This sudden hormonal surge brings fleeting feelings of excitement, relaxation, and even euphoria. Unfortunately, this pleasant sensation is extremely temporary. More dangerously, repeated overstimulation of the dopamine reward system gradually trains the brain to rely on alcohol. This forms hidden physical and psychological dependence. When your liver becomes overloaded and can no longer process excessive alcohol efficiently, your stomach reacts violently. It continuously secretes massive amounts of gastric acid, causing uncontrollable vomiting like an unsealed running faucet. Even so, the majority of alcohol still depends on the liver for decomposition. Within 24 hours, the liver slowly converts residual alcohol into harmless water-soluble substances, which are eventually expelled through breathing, perspiration, and urination. Although you may feel sober again afterward, invisible and irreversible damage has already been done to your internal organs. Therefore, for the long-term health of your body, it is always better to avoid alcohol whenever possible.